What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Ako sa namtlakase reberekisa generator. Let's go.
So easy for me to say what I'm thinking. It's so obvious for you, my heart keeps beating. I don't mind. There's something about you that keeps me alive. How can I get to you this time? I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. I won't blame you, it's easy when I lose the fight. Keep me in your mind, I swear I'll do the time. Promise me we'll be alright. I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. You set me on fire, kept me burning inside. There's a feeling it's telling me to run, but I won't hide. I don't mind. There's something about you that keeps me alive. How can I get to you this time? I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. I won't blame you, it's easy when I lose the fight. Keep me in your mind, I swear I'll do the time. Promise me we'll be alright. I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. I won't chase you, I'll give you my heart tonight. I won't blame
We are live. Durban Streets, what's poppin'?
The favorite morning crew.
On the Vooka Breakfast Show. What's up, fam? You chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Ako sa namtlakase reberekisa generator. Let's go.
My name is NommyP, umkabayi, kamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is MooCee Mist. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, stepping in the spot like she own it. Looking like the world is your runway. She can set it off like a gunplay. Oh my, yeah. Talk of the city with that body. Always getting praised like it's Sunday. She said, baby, what you gonna do about it? Loving your vibe, girl. That energy got me going. Yeah, that thing's so vibrant. I wanna know if you can give me the keys to your heart, baby. All I need is you. All I need is you. Ewe muleji, you right next to me. Moji mule na vanemia yila, vanemia yila. Ewe muleji, mami venaki. Moji mule a RV. Hugging the curves on that body. She bring the heat like wasabi. Promise not to test your heart. We just can't be kept apart. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you the best by far. Always go the extra mile. Yeah, yeah. All I need is you. All I need is you.
It's another beautiful Thursday morning right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. It is the 16th of July 2026, and of course we do not forget to give you that energetic start to your day that is accompanied by your daily dose of positivity. You know that we can connect across all social media platforms. Right now we are only live on YouTube. We're having some technical complications, but it will be sorted on underground. But in the meantime, for you to enhance the experience of listening to the Vooka Breakfast Show, you can download the app, which is both available on iOS and Android. So do make sure that you download the app so that each and every time, maybe if you cannot watch, you can listen only on audio, only on underground radio. Not forgetting that our WhatsApp line is also open for calls and for voice notes. The number to dial is 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. It is Vooka Breakfast Show across all social media platforms. But of course, with that being said, you know that we always give you some of the most interesting things. Thursday is all about aligning ourselves, whether it's the information or the topical discussions we're going to be having right here. We want you to be aligned with us as we will be aligned with you throughout the rest of this morning. So my name is Moeketsi, and I'm happy and excited to be with you on this beautiful Thursday morning as we're going to be unpacking a lot of things. But right now, of course, our main ingredient of the morning is a picture of the day, and you're asking yourself this morning, what are we highlighting, what are we adding on our bucket list so that we can get to start traveling together with our families and friends. So on this beautiful morning, we are highlighting Jeffreys Bay, which is affectionately called J Bay. It's South Africa's surfing capital and one of the world's most iconic beach destinations, famous for its long fast right hand point break at super tubes. It draws professional surfers and enthusiasts alike. Beyond the waves, J Bay offers golden beaches, dolphin and whale sightings, and a relaxed coastal lifestyle. The town blends surf culture with vibrant local markets, seafood restaurants and craft shops. It's also a gateway to nearby attractions like the Bavian's Kloof and the wilderness area. Whether chasing waves, enjoying family holidays or soaking upper seaside charm, Jeffrey Bay delivers adventure and tranquility in equal measure. So I hope that if you're someone who is looking forward to learning something new, or maybe a new hobby which is surfing, you can check out Jeffrey Bay. And I hope that information that we have just given you was helpful enough for you to get yourself to the place. That's all we have, of course, for this beautiful morning. Right now we're going to take a short break and then come back with your latest news and sports headlines, so don't switch the dial. Once again, a very good morning. Let us give you some of your top stories that are making headlines this morning. Starting off with your first headline, the presidency defends Ramaphosa amid pala pressure. South Africa's presidency is backing President Cyril Ramaphosa as scrutiny over the pala scandal intensifies. Officials argue his legal challenges aimed at protecting constitutional principles in future presidents, not avoiding accountability, while opposition parties continue to push for further action and transparency. The next headline, Omotoso case revived as appeal gets a green light. The legal battle involving televangelist Timothy Omotoso has taken a new turn after a Supreme Court of Appeal granted the state permission to challenge his acquittal. The ruling allows the prosecutors to reopen arguments in a case that previously cleared him of a serious charge after a lengthy trial. The next headline, Verulam Temple collapsed probe may lead to charges. Authorities have launched a criminal investigation into the deadly Verulam Temple collapse that claimed 5 lives. Early findings suggest possible safety and compliance failures, with officials warning that criminal charges could follow if a violation of construction laws are confirmed. That's all for your news headlines. Heading over to your sports news. On your rugby news, Kwagga Smith praises Erasmus hybrid strategy. Springbok forward Kwagga Smith has credited coach Rassie Erasmus for driving the team's innovative use of hybrid players. The approach sees players covering multiple positions across forward and backs, giving the team greater flexibility. Smith says the system reflects Erasmus' broader philosophy of adaptability and has helped extend players' roles and impact at the test level. In your football news, Argentina stunned England to reach the World Cup final. Argentina produced a dramatic late comeback to beat England 2-1 and book their place in the World Cup final. England led for much of the second half, but Argentina struck twice in the closing minutes with goals from Enzo Fernandez and Lautaro Martinez. Lionel Messi assisted both goals as the defending champions keep their title hopes alive. Still on your football news, Banyana welcome Moeketsi as mental health focus grows. Banyana coach Desiree Ellis has welcomed midfielder Robin Moeketsi Salgado back into the squad after her break from international football to focus on mental health. The return comes as the team prepares for WAFCON, with SAFA placing increased emphasis on players' well-being through dedicated mental support structures within the camp. That's all we have for your news and sports headlines. If you want to comment on these headlines with us, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or send us your voice note on 0604933226. Right now, we're going to take a short break and then we'll be back with your latest weather update and your market rates.
Help me, I wanna be more than just a friend. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer, closer. Help me, I don't wanna be just the one night stand. I'm looking for closure, so baby pull me closer, closer. Heartbeats up and down, I'm in a gambling phase. Going round and round, it's a trampoline stay. Oh, it's like I never run out of breath, and I don't care if we make a mess. It doesn't matter what's coming next. So can we just be bona fide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bona fide? Can we just be bona fide? You're stuck in this situation and let go all inhibitions now, with no intermission. Why are you so goddamn cold? Tell me why, 'cause you know this ain't no love. So can we just be bona fide? Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Don't wanna be your love. Let's keep it on the low, keep it on the low, 'cause you know this ain't no love. I want you to be bona fide. Girl, you got me waking up confused, lost in time. Every moment tastes like summer, can never get enough. Summer sugar kisses left behind, and I don't wanna fall in love, just wanna be yours. Can we just be bona fide? Can we just
Durban streets, what's poppin'?
The favorite morning crew
On the Vooka
Breakfast Show.
요즘 내 얘기가 재미없어진 이유를 찾았어. I've been wasting all this time finding words to let go. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed we came to a pavement that crumbles. It's just a merry-go-round. I don't think it's you, might be me. There's just so many things going on. But when I'm with you, it feels so new. Cause I'm on a secret, I'm all alone falling. I've been off and on with you. Tell me why it's so hard to choose. Going in circles, running round. Cause I'm looking for Neverland, backtracking on memory lanes, hoping it's not just a wonder. I can't be watching, waiting for changes, wondering for the right time. Cause I noticed.
And of course, great sounds just to kickstart your beautiful Thursday morning. It's exactly 23 minutes past 8, and you are still hanging out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. Your energetic start to your day, accompanied by a daily dose of positivity. Very good morning if you have just joined us. I can't wait, of course, to hear some of your thoughts. Let us engage across all social media platforms. Right now, we are live only on YouTube. We are still fixing what is happening on underground radio, but in the meantime, you can download the app yourself so that whenever you go live each and every weekday, you will be notified that your best breakfast team is ready to kickstart your beautiful mornings. With that being said, of course, let's just keep you updated with some of your weather update in terms of what you need to expect whenever you are going outside, right? So if you are in any of these cities, this is what you need to expect. If you're in Cape Town currently, you're experiencing 13 degrees and with some moderate rain, and in Durban you are currently experiencing 17 degrees with a few clouds. And then if you are in Pretoria, you are currently experiencing 12 degrees with clear skies, and if you are right here in Johannesburg, you are currently experiencing 10 degrees with clear skies. So if there's any update regarding your weather throughout the day, we will notify you and let you know what you need to expect. And then heading over to your market rates just to look into how the rand is doing with other currencies out there. This is what you need to expect in terms of your market rate for this morning, July 16th, 2026. So rand is currently trading at 16 rand 38 cents with the US dollar. The Great British Pound is currently trading at 21 rands 96 cents. And the Euro is currently trading at 18 rands 69 cents. And then lastly, the Japanese yen is still at 10 cents. And then on your commodities, 1 barrel of Brent crude oil will just cost you 1,551.86 cents, and then gold will cost you 43,555.40 cents, and then Bitcoin is 1,252,150.83 cents. So that's what we have for you this morning in terms of your commodities. We will be back, of course, with the latest and updated commodities and market rates for July 17th on a Friday morning. So you know that we always bring you some of the interesting conversation and unpacking those discussions right here. We want to hear from you. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag that you need to use on YouTube. And if you want to send your voice note, the number to dial is 0604933226. That's 0604933226. That's the number that you need to dial. 26 minutes after the hour our 8 o'clock. It is the time on a beautiful Thursday morning, the 16th of July 2026. And you know that I always have the best team with you just to keep your mornings very, very warm. Joining me right here is Mr. B on the table. How's it going, my good sir?
Hey Mo, I'm doing good, better than yesterday. So gradually I am kicking the flu, yabo. But the one thing I like about it is that it gives me a deep voice.
Yeah.
Yabo. So whether it's in the morning or to go say in mini or in the evening,
it's the deep
I
voice
just
throughout
have the deep voice.
Yeah.
So you know what they say, Uti, keep whatever's positive and then just get rid of the rest. But but I'm better and I'm doing good. Yesterday I watched the game. I think for the first time in my life I could really see when someone is hungry for something.
Yeah.
Because I just felt to good see England was just complacent, and then Argentina wanted it.
Yep.
Like by phone.
They're used to this.
And they got it, man. They got it. And I could see the difference with K Sharp. I mean, England, you guys are good, you know.
Yeah.
You guys are good. But, man, the style of football that Argentina plays is just on another level.
Yeah. I mean, if you're used to, you know, playing in these kind of tournaments, you know, as big as they are, one thing you need to know is if you reach certain stages, like there's momentum and there's a boost that you guys are going to always get because you know how it feels to get here, right? If you keep on getting knocked out on the group stages, unfortunately you're going to need double times or 10 times more harder, you know, to understand what it takes to really get, you know, and win the World Cup. That's why they are on the verge of defending the title that they have won.
Yeah, and I think it's also different with the group stages,
yeah.
But also when you reach the first round of 32, there's a different mentality that everyone needs to employ. And then top 16, top 80, the semifinals, the final, like it varies in levels. I mean, because we could have knocked out Canada, we could have.
Yeah.
But it would have required a much different approach when going to the rounds of 16.
Yeah.
But it was interesting. So can't wait for Sunday because I mean, Obo Yamal versus Argentina. It's gonna be a good one.
Very good one.
Like it's. I think it's all my best players coming through. So. Whichever team wins, I'm grand. But who do you have your money on?
I think it will be Spain. You know, after seeing their performance against France. For me, I believe that they have, you know, my best interest and my money is on them right now. And yesterday I couldn't watch the full game because I was so tired. I had to sleep and watch only the first half, right? But first half, honestly, I was just telling my brother that, these guys, I feel like they figured each other out, you know, on the first half of the game. And it was like, because the game went to halftime with no shots, you know,
no goals
on target. Also shot on target 0-0 both teams. So for me, I felt like it's going to be a difficult one, but when the game is like that, it means one is going to lose focus. And when I woke up and saw Guti Argentina scored in a space of
last minute,
I'm like, okay, England lost the focus right there. They lost the focus.
They did.
Right there. So looking forward to the final, and I'm vouching for Spain, man. Spain, technical ability, discipline that they have throughout the competition. I think it's one of the things that is going to, you know, make them win the competition.
I just don't want the cup to go to Europe. So if it stays in the southern hemisphere, then I'm happy with that. So. Argentina is South America, so if they win, then it's not going to. I mean, I like Spain. Don't get me wrong, but just for control, let's just have the cup. Remain in the southern region.
Let's hope so. And I know for a fact that the game is going to be very interesting. And one of the predictions that I will make is the game will go to extra time, right? I don't think we're going to have a final that will end in 90 minutes.
Yeah, because Lana, they have to bring out all guns. They have to come out guns blazing. So yeah, good luck to the guys. And is it at 9 as well?
Yes, at 9 as well, on Sunday, the 19th of July. So we are going to be experiencing the last game of the FIFA World Cup up until 2030. 2030 is going to be the next World Cup, and then we will see all of the announcement in terms of who are the countries are going to be co-hosting with each other. Right. Yeah. But with that being said, we also want to hear from you if you're a very big fan of the FIFA World Cup, and who do you have your money on? Because Argentina is going to be playing Spain in the final of the FIFA World Cup 2026 on the 19th of July 2026, which is this Sunday, right? 32 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock. And of course, there's another interesting conversation I want us to get into, because immediately after the final on the thingy, is the 20th or the 21st?
It's the 19th, I think. So yeah, it's
the 21st.
20th,
yeah. So we are going to be having Mandela Day on the 21st. But
well, technically it's the Saturday. Yeah.
This Saturday.
Yeah.
So E21.
That's when it's observed.
Mandela's birthday is on
the 18th.
On the 18th. And then the day is observed on the 20th.
Yeah, because the 18th is on a Saturday, meaning that I think that's the perfect day, yabo.
Yeah.
But I guess in terms of it being observed, gashi, I think most people will probably do it on the Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm looking forward, because I remember when Mr. President, gave his note speech talking about this day, people should use it to refocus on the national efforts and tackling deep-seated poverty and inequality that we are facing in our country, rather than just going out there taking pictures for our social media to say hashtag Mandela Day, hashtag Nelson Mandela, long walk to freedom, those kind of hashtags that people use. But we feel like now the nation has to come through with efforts to say, what are we creating now? This day, it's celebrated annually, but how can we use it to impact other people out there? Because the country
throughout the year,
country is facing the staggering number of high unemployment rate in South Africa is just shocking.
Yeah,
the numbers are shocking.
I mean, we'll definitely unpack this tomorrow.
Yeah.
But then also, I mean, we've got our own invitation for Mandela Day, right? Which is on Monday. So I won't spill a lot of information as to Gutisiap, but we'll also be playing our part for 67 minutes of Mandela Day. But I think what we can do now is just to give Abantu a teaser by just throwing out a trivia question, about Mandela Day. So, Mo, do you know what the 67 minutes, like why the number 67?
67. I don't know. Because I think there was a last time I wanted to find out. I did my research, and kind of what happened. What did I find? But yeah, I forgot. I forgot.
So let me not spoil it, but for anyone that's watching, if you know what the 67 minutes or the significance behind the 67 minutes, let us know in the comments. You know what, guys, in future we'll be giving away prizes. So I mean, answer now. We'll remember you. One day we'll be like, hey, win a book or whatever, But let us know the significance of 67 minutes. Yeah,
I mean, growing up, I used to thought the 67 minutes was the years he spent, in jail, until we found out, no,
it's 27.
It was not 67, it's 27. So yeah, we will learn that where's the number 67 coming from, to say okay, dedicate 67 minutes. Why not 60 minutes? Why not 20 minutes? Why not 30 minutes?
Or even 27.
27 minutes, because he spent 27 years in prison. Interesting.
I mean, spending a day in jail or a few hours in prison, Yeah, that's something I can't imagine. But anyway, this is what we're asking. What does the 67 minutes signify for Mandela Day? And if you do know, let us know in the comments. And guys, let us know. Sasa will be giving away prizes and all of that. But every day we have a tradition right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, and we call it the Daily Bread because and it's something that you need to have on a daily basis. And one of them is that we give motivation, inspiration, and all of that, right? So today, scripture reading or motivation is a quote from, let me just find it here, from C.S. Lewis, right? So he says, "You are never too old to set another goal or dream a new dream." Okay? You are never too old to set another goal or to dream a new dream. That's by C.S. Lewis, right? So even if you think just go out there, pursue your dreams. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the guy lower KFC or over McDonald's, but is it Ray Kroc? It was, I think, in his 60s when the franchise started booming. Yeah. Right. So now we've got KFC everywhere. Right. So you're never too old. And if you want to set a new dream or you want to pivot and change direction, you absolutely can do it. And I encourage you to do it. If it's not serving you, then please let it go. Change course. And if it's worth fighting for, then absolutely fight for it. Stay there up until something changes. But if you feel like it's not serving you anymore, then you should let it go.
Yeah. And I mean, it's all about being flexible, and it's all about being someone who can think outside of the box, right? Because if you don't have specific goals, if you do not have, goals that are clear, that are not SMART, as we were taught, the abbreviation of having SMART goals in terms of what it means on your table. I mean, there are people who still, dream of becoming athletes, at, the age of 40, but you can pivot and say, besides being an athlete, because my age doesn't allow me, I can be a coach. I can have a team, or I can be part of the association that makes sure that there's systems and structures that support the athletics in my country or in any association. So those are very beautiful and profound words.
Yep, absolutely. And then today is obviously the 16th of July, right? And in terms of the number of days that we have progressed into the year, we are just 3 days shy from reaching 200 days. 200 days into the year. That's crazy. And this leaves us with 168 days remaining until the end of the year. 168 days. It's never too late for you to embark on a new journey, as mentioned, because for the year 2026, you can still make an impact because there are 168 days that are remaining up until we say goodbye to 2026. So go out there, make sure that you fulfill your dreams, and stay focused on that. And then when it comes to celebrity birthdays, right? I don't know, Mo, if you know a white lady called Utandega.
Tandega.
Yeah, Utandega.
Tandega. I'm trying to think of one that I know. Tandega, white lady.
Yeah, white lady. She's a singer. I mean, she speaks eloquent Zulu. She's
Yeah. I think I've seen her.
That's her right there, right? That's PJ
Tandega.
Powers. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's her other name that Tina as South Africans gave her. Or I don't know if we did or but then Nangmazgo Tandega. But then PJ Powers is celebrating her birthday today, where she was born in 1963, right? On the 16th of July. And she is a South African. So PJ Powers is a legendary singer, best known for her work with Hotline and hit song Jabulani.
Jabulani.
Right?
Yeah.
She became a cultural symbol during apartheid, using music to unite audiences across racial divides and promote social harmony. Her career spans decades with continued influence in South African music as well as activism. So happy birthday to her, and hopefully she enjoys her 63rd birthday.
Oh, nice.
Happy to see Uti, she's still here, alive and kicking. But happy birthday to her. But then another one that is profound is a cricketer of ours, which is Sean Pollock, right? So he's turning 53 years old today, because he was also born on this day. And Sean Pollock is one of South Africa's greatest cricketers and former national captain. An exceptional all-rounder. He was known for his precise bowling and consistent batting.
Yeah.
Pollock remains among the top wicket takers, right, in international cricket history, and is respected for his leadership and sportsmanship. So happy birthday to him. I mean, I don't know, Mo. I tried.
Yeah.
I even tried in primary to play cricket, but sorry about that, but I'm just one of those.
Cricket was my favorite because we played. I think I played for like 2 years. 2 years, because our sponsor was Baker's, right? Baker's Cricket.
Baker's, man.
Yeah, Baker's. Yeah.
No, I remember there was.
That
Baker's,
era. That era was nice, man. And the man who I remember, the man who coached us was Coach Stanley. I think he still, resides Conalight Dobsonville and coaches cricket, man. Yeah, he was one of the best coaches I've ever had in cricket, right? And the reason why we couldn't continue with the sport is because of the facilities, and when we had to play the game, we had to travel far.
But driving school there.
Oh yeah, boy. So the facilities, or how they try to brought it Ekasi cricket, was to introduce it to every school so that we can compete with each other, right? Because I remember we're playing against Dr. Mary, Tatezako, Margaret Gwele, all of the schools around in the township, and it was very nice. But the problem was going outside now, because it's going to cost more, and we don't have the facilities to train and those kind of things. So yeah.
And then, Ksasa, if we have to compete on an international level, it really becomes hard, right? Because from the grassroots, this is something that was not nurtured and cultivated. But there was a time when I was accompanying you. Now, there's a guy that we met on the road. So he's a cricket coach.
You could see with the way
you saw him, right? So he's a cricket coach, and he's really passionate about the sports, right? So I think he's coaching a school locally as well as in the north as well. So he loves cricket, he dies for cricket, right? So but happy birthday to Sean Pollock. And then the next individual, Mo, that's also celebrating their birthday is Will Ferrell, right? I've seen him, man. I've seen him like an actor and stuff. But he's a comedy superstar, and he's turning 59 years old today, right?
Yeah.
So he was born July 16th, 1967 in California, USA. Will Ferrell is a globally recognized comedian and an actor, rising to fame on Saturday Night Live, and became a Hollywood heavyweight through films like Anchorman, Alf, and Step Brothers. His unique comedic style and larger than life characters made him one of the most influential comedy figures of his generation. Right. So that's Will Ferrell on your screen. I think Saturday Night Live, that's where I've seen him quite a lot.
I mean, I've seen him in a lot of movies, man, because he's one of my favorite comedians.
Yes.
Right. And there was this movie that he did with Kevin Hart. I forgot the title of the movie, but it was great. It was great. He's one of the best. I think I would put him in the top 10 of best comedian actors in the US, man. Will is he's the best, and he really knows how to handle the comedic character, because I think if voice by Sebenzisai on Megamind, if I'm not mistaken, it's his voice.
Really?
Yeah, Megamind. It's his voice.
I've always been fascinated about voiceover artists, Yabo. The one thing that I've seen, which I think it was introduced probably in the 80s or something, was this bar that they have to hold on to, right? So imagine doing voiceovers and you have to
imagine
a character that's either screaming or in agony or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So if you're just standing there by yourself, it does become difficult. But then there's this bar like that they have, something like we say, just picture like a treadmill, but then you're and then when holding on to that bar, it's easy for you to go because you're holding on to, and then you're also using your muscles to also influence how your voice actually sounds. But that's cool. That's cool. If you did, Megamind. And then in the last 2 minutes before we move on to something interesting, because that's my hot take, right? I once read Guti, atomic bombs are not real.
They're not real.
Yeah, they're not real. It's everything is staged, and funny enough, because in Hiroshima, when an atomic bomb dropped, Tiwa, there's footage that next week life was back to normal, where crops, everything like was cool, like actually. But anyway, I digress, because apparently today in history, the first atomic bomb test was done, a test. And this was in July 16th, 1945. So the United States conducted their first successful atomic bomb test in New Mexico, known as the Trinity Test. So this moment marked the beginning of the nuclear age, changing global politics, warfare, and diplomacy forever. It led directly to the end of World War II, but also triggered decades of nuclear tension and arms racing during the Cold War. Right? So as a country, Mo, I'll tell you, do you have weapons of mass destruction, nuclear bombs? And you say no. Like, no, I don't trust you, so we're going to invade you. Hashtag Iraq. And they didn't find any of those. But at the end of the day, I mean, it's crazy, but this guy comes with evidence and he says, this bomb, because crops were growing, guys. Anyway, but that's that. And then the last one is Apollo 11 was launched in 1969, where 11 astronauts, including from the Kennedy Space Center, they were launching astronauts Neil Strong, Buzz Aldrin, and Michael Collins towards the moon. Nalena, another day we can debate, because when you look at the footage, for me, it seems like it has been faked. Yeah. But we'll come back with my hot take after this.
You're chilling with your boy Moeketsi, my man, aka Max for maximum temperature. I am the son of Mother Nature. Let's go.
Famous NommyP, umkabayi kamakusazana.
Hang out with myself, the one and only MooCee Mist. My name is MooCee Mist. On the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Brothers and sisters,
check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we proceed?
You don't mean nothing to me. E-boys like you every dinner. I don't believe what you preach. You're just a rookie beginner. Hang out with boys in the streets. Like that will make you a winner. I don't believe what I see. Why you wearing gold? You're nothing more than silverware. Thinking you're so bold, but all you are is unaware. Walk around like everything belongs to you. Talk to me like I'm the young stupid
exactly 8 minutes till we hit 9 o'clock on the dot, and you're still hanging out with us right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, the 16th of July 2026. I see some of your comments were coming through right there. Simami Kalani joining the chat saying good morning Vooka Nation, happy Thursday, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Good morning Simami, hope that you are having a beautiful Thursday morning from wherever you are watching and listening from. And then Zia Elizabeth comes through saying good morning Vooka Nation, Underground Radio DBN, and the amazing breakfast team located in the heart of Soweto, wishing you all a blessed day, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Keep those comments coming, let us know what are your thoughts, because before the break we're talking about the first atomic bomb that happened, and just for recommendation, just to watch the story of atomic bomb, I think Oppenheimer gives you like a depth and deep understanding of how they came about and what was the reason and who said the bombs should be dropped, because there were talks in terms of it was a last minute decision that the president took for the bombs to be dropped in what is the town, Gonje? Hiroshima. In Hiroshima, right? So there's whole talks, and of course it's a story for another day, but right now what we're getting into is your hot take.
My hot take is something that I think most of us can and will agree with. So remember back in the days when, I'm not sure if at the time you were still in school, when the transition from a normal scientific calculator, the one that did not show fractions. So Tina, I remember in high school it was only allowed in matric, or when we started matric, right? That scientific Casio calculates, the one that has fractions, and you can put in an entire formula. So my hot take for this morning is that smartphones have made us bad at memory. It has really obscured our memory because we rely so much on these things, where simple things like calculations, people have to pull out their smartphones just to run numbers, right? So the issue here is that you've got this device in your pocket which is able to store things like your phone numbers, a grocery list, and so on and so on. But it also does calculations, so we're talking mathematics and all of that. So you would typically want to reach for your smartphone in order for you to do something as simple and mundane as doing a simple calculation, right? You go for your smartphone. And number two, things that you should remember. You're like, let me just put them on my smartphone. So the introduction of smartphones in this case, in this particular instance, I think has really crippled our memory and also our ability to calculate izinto, right? We normally, because sometimes I would run numbers and I would rely on a calculator because it's easier. But I've seen Uguti to think is a painful process, and people avoid that by any means necessary. I would say like your mom and calculate, like, dude, take the time, do calculate. But then for basic arithmetic calculations, I think I'm still there. I'm not the same as before, but I'm still there. So I think Begunin, it was day before yesterday. I was at home, right? So my mom still does calculations in her head.
Really?
Yeah, she still does. And okay, if this costs this much and this costs this much, how much do you have left? And she does the math in her head. Even from a young age growing up, because I've also loved math growing up, I would try and exercise that part of the brain. So
using your head,
so with mathematics and memory, I've seen it's a muscle, and if you don't use it, it becomes weak over time.
I was about to say that because also it is proven that the brain doesn't learn or improve in comfortable, situations. So you need to be in uncomfortable situation for your brain to learn, right? So we have been so dependent on these devices to a point that when you try to do calculations like on your head, you will literally get a migraine.
Yeah,
or
because
that's pain in your head just because you're doing calculation in your hand.
Yeah, I mean, it's similar to how if you've used a computer that has little to no memory, like you're running out. Because sometimes a simple thing like doing an addition, where if you get, let's say, a 3-digit number that you're adding together, obviously over time, if you've practiced it, you start to divide it by calculating the tens, the hundreds and whatnot, and then you end up with the units, and then you add it, and then you add it to the sum. So if you've got, let's say, 320 plus 110, so it's like I'm going to separate the 20 and the 10, that's 30, and then I'm going to add the 200 and the 100, that's 300, and then you add those two. But I've seen with some, it's like, I can do the first party, but then after I've done that, I've just forgot this one. I've added, the hundreds, and now I need to add the tens and the units, so people forget that. So, but here's the thing, it's a muscle
that you train over time.
It's a muscle that you train over time, and then the more you use that muscle, the more it improves. So there's a saying that says, if you don't use it, you will lose it. Yep.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Exactly.
I wonder if that happens, in our minds, that we lose the ability now to do like the critical thinking. Because I've seen personally, and I think also how we were taught maths. If there's a certain approach that you teach kids maths, it will really take them time to grasp, the rules and dealing with big numbers, because it's 1 plus 1 gumnandi, 2 plus 2 gumnandi, 4 plus 4 gumnandi. Then they say 100 times 18. Now your brains need to start now going deep into, uncovering that uncomfortability to come with the answers. But people need to know, I think it's a conversation we had with Osvaldo with exploring boredom. That when you are bored, that's when you are also taking much of the energy inside of you to, go broader with your thoughts in general.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to subjects at school, obviously the one that most people shy away from is mathematics and science, everyone.
Yeah.
But earlier I was telling you the story about the calculator, where the one that we had is the one that doesn't show fractions. And I think as a result of that, people just tend to input something. They don't know what goes on in the background, and then it just gives them an answer. I don't know, but I feel like these calculators, if you don't know what happens in the background, I think like it's Moshabantamani.
So you should know what happens in the background.
Yeah. So for example, I can use
how it did the sum for you. In terms of that.
Yeah. So for example, let's take fractions, or whatever. You get your proper fractions, improper as well as mixed. And there's a way in which you add, subtract, divide, and multiply fractions. It's all about rules, so if someone just inputs it, and call it a day, then they don't understand what's going on in the process. And I feel like this is what also smartphones do, where you just input, but you just don't care how to get there. And the day you don't have your phones, like or like you're gonna struggle. So just like the gym, guys, I urge you and encourage you, exercise that muscle. Try and remember things. Be active in the process of trying to remember something. Hey, what's your name? Okay, and then start using the name. With calculations, use your fingers, your toes, even if it means you have to look up and think about it, right? Like Beetlejuice, it's just that we don't have the video, but there's a video of this guy by a simple sum, and he's quick to answer, right? So by Mandela this time, Beetlejuice take time to think about it.
Yeah, and he does take time.
And then he misfires.
Yeah, 2 plus 4. Like, he takes time. That's like 332. Is like my brother. I mean, I also feel like you need to know, when to use and a calculator, right? And how to use it. Because every time when I go to like the store, I use a calculator, for instance, because like calculating about 21 rand 65 cents, guys. But obviously you have to sum it up with the 99. Obviously it's sum it up, which okay, it's 30 rands or it's 70 rands, whatever the price might be, right? So I would always like calculate each and every time when I take an item. I write the price, I write the price, and then it will give me the total. Because with that one, if you're going to be doing it in your head, it's going to be difficult because you're coming across a lot of items on the shelves, and we are going to go to okay, price, and then you remember this one malini. So I think knowing when to use a calculator is one of the important things that we need to reiterate. But we had a situation with my friends where we went to this restaurant for my friend's birthday, right? And yeah, good see. The bill doesn't make sense. And then now in that moment you feel like your calculator is not working.
It's not making sense.
I can cut 3,000.
Oh, because the bill was high.
Yeah, the bill was high, and you can see
again, you guys kept them coming. You kept them coming.
You can see the frustration because if it's 2 plus 3, all of the calculators are going to give you the answer is 5. But in that moment, now you feel like my phone is messing up with me. Go down calculator the 2 plus 3 that Rebonahor is going to give us.
I can 5,000.
Yeah, so people use these things. I think we don't know how to calculate numbers when we are under pressure, especially when you're in a taxi, front seat. Yeah, because now you have to calculate omunye at 100 rand for 7. It's like 21 rand 50, per person. And in that moment, you need to give out change. In that moment, you need to calculate ukuthi imali yaka driver kumele kube imalini, change as a mover.
I think in such situations, take your time. If someone says, "Hey, change it," I will also bala again.
Change 100.
Because here it's not a test of speed. It's just a game of accuracy.
Yes.
Just give people mali abe right to pelele. Yeah, because when walking through a grocery store, sometimes I don't have a calculator, and maybe even funny enough, like it doesn't click. Let me take smartphone and calculate. But I don't know if you've played a game of rounding off, but then you round off to the highest.
Nearest,
to the highest, where Isinkwa is 23 rand.
Yeah.
Point whatnot, and then you just say, okay, 25 rand. And then you go pick up eggs, 66 rand. Then you would round it off to 70 rand.
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, okay, 25 plus 70 is 95. And then when you get to the till, Guti, you're paying slightly. What you have calculated is more, but then at the till it should be less.
Yeah.
Right? But it's like these small exercises. So the reliance of these devices, I can see how honestly they are hurting us.
And damaging us.
There was a time when the calculator came out, one of the scientists said that this thing will be the death of us, right?
Ish.
And it didn't, right? It didn't. But if you're calculating complex things, sure, 100%. But now I'm also worried about AI, because we're just talking calculator. But now with the AI, which is not just numbers, but there's also speech.
Yeah.
There's cognitive abilities that are tied to that. I do worry, and one has to be really intentional about that.
Yeah. Interesting. So let us know if you're watching and listening right now. If or when do you use a calculator? Are you a fan of a calculator? And if you are not, what are some of the negative effects that you have seen, maybe on your kids, on your siblings, on your friends, and those kind of things? Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show is the hashtag that you needed to use. So what we're gonna do right now, 6 minutes after the hour, 9 o'clock, we are going to take a short break and then come back with your news recap on some of the headlines that you missed when we began the show. So we'll be right back after this.
Back to back the music on the underground.
Brothers and sisters, check this out.
High definition radio. The underground.
Shall we
Yo,
proceed?
check this out.
Durban Streets, what's poppin'?
It's the Vooka.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Monday to Friday.
Said you needed space. Said you needed more time to think. So you went away. But you
Let's
still
get deep
would stay
into
in
some
my
of
dream.
your news headlines that you missed when we began the show. On your first news recap, presidency defends Ramaphosa amid pala pressure. South Africa's presidency is defending President Cyril Ramaphosa as political and legal pressure mounts over the pala scandal. The controversy has resurfaced, strongly placing the president under renewed national scrutiny. Officials say Ramaphosa's legal actions are intended to protect constitutional processes and the integrity of the presidency. Opposition parties, however, argue the move is an attempt to avoid accountability and are pushing for further investigation. What's next is the matter is expected to continue through legal and parliamentary processes, including potential impeachment-related proceedings. Political tensions are likely to intensify as parties debate the implications for governance and accountability. On your next news recap, Omotoso case revived as appeal gets a green light. The case involving Timothy Omotoso has been revived after a Supreme Court of Appeal granted the state permission to appeal his acquittal. The decision reopens a high-profile legal battle that had appeared to be concluded. Omotoso and his co-accused were acquitted of multiple serious charges in 2025 after a lengthy trial. Prosecutors argue there were errors in the judgment and now have a chance to present their case before a higher court. What's next is a hearing date for the appeal is still to be set. If the appeal succeeds, authorities say steps could be taken to bring Omotoso back to South Africa to face the renewed legal process. Your last news recap, Verulam Temple collapse probe may lead to charges. A criminal investigation is underway following the collapse of a temple structure in Verulam that killed 5 people. The incident has raised serious concerns about safety standards and regulatory compliance. Authorities believe there may have been breaches of construction laws, including missing permits and safety failures. The Department of Employment and Labor is working with police and other bodies to gather evidence. What's next is if investigators confirm non-compliance with the safety and construction regulation, the case could be referred for criminal prosecution. Officials say that the finding may influence stricter enforcement of building safety rules going forward. That's all for your news recap. If you happen to want to share your thoughts on these headlines with us, you can do so by using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show or sending us your voice note on 060-493-3226. There's something we call the inheritance of silence. So that's what we are going to be discussing as we are having this family meeting. And we also want to hear from you. If you are a parent and you want to play a role of a sister or a role, of being the last born in the family, we want you to come through in the conversation and let us know what are your thoughts, all right? Because this discussion involves each and every family member out there, because we have a serious issue in our country and in our communities that families don't talk about money until it's too late.
Yeah, so let's gather around the table and talk about these things.
It's a sensitive matter. And when you call these kind of meetings and you're like, Sibusiso, or in the group chat of the family, guys, we are meeting on the 12th of July. We have a meeting. We want to discuss finances. People are going to come with excuses. So go to, hey guys, now I have a soccer match. Dude, you don't play soccer. What do you mean you have a soccer game? Right? So a lot of families, they don't talk about money. And that's why we have our famous channel out there that comes, and raises the serious allegations about who took whose money and who didn't do the right processes of getting the money, because you guys did not take the time to speak about the money issues up until it was too late. Now the matter is being brought to the table and people don't know what to do or don't know what to say. But let's get into this conversation on this beautiful Thursday morning. So let's put our hands on a major elephant in the room. Why is that in so many of our black households, we only ever discuss money when crisis has already arrived at the front of the door? Whether it's inheritances, estate planning, and the exact breakdown of funeral costs, or even ilobola. The standard policy is complete and absolute silence until the massive bill finally drops on the table. Today we are unpacking the inheritance of silence. Why are we so terrified of having transparent financial conversation with the people we love long before the storm hits, long before mataitai afitla ka garantlo? Right? So obviously, when we are setting the scene for you, right, I just want you to picture this, just to understand what we are talking about here. So the funeral service has just concluded. Everything that was planned, families, were gathering, and the most important family gathered. But the emotional weight is heavy. But as the extended family gathers in the living room, a sudden cold tension fills the air. The inevitable question rises: who is actually paying for all of this? And where are the policy documents? Or picture a young couple announcing their intention to marry, only for a chaotic lobola negotiation to begin with absolutely zero planning, right? Turning a celebration into a financial war zone. In too many of our homes, money is the ultimate unspoken topic until that silence inevitably morphs into absolute financial shock. And sociologists call this financial infidelity and intergenerational silence, the cultural and psychological phenomenon where discussing wealth, debt, and estates is treated as a sign of disrespect, greed, or bad luck. A recent 2026 household wellness study revealed that a staggering 65% of South Africans completely avoid discussing inheritance, wills, or estate planning until after a family member has passed away. We are actively leaving our loved ones to inherit chaos instead of clarity.
So perhaps, Mo, it's because I still want to live. And if my family member discovers or knows that I do have something put away, or in the unfortunate event of my departure, that there is some sum of money that they can inherit, then nyasaba, because they might just, bangisha. To me, it might not make sense. But there are people that just don't trust their families. I mean, we've heard individuals that say, I hate my family. Now think about it. Do you think that very same individual will say, hey man, guys, I've got 2 million in life cover?
I doubt.
So yeah, in such situations, it's understandable to born. They will then not even mention it up until the very last minute,
Yeah.
or even try and segregate the family to come and tell this one and not tell that one, and so on. But you see, these are some of the challenges that people experience where I might not have the full context of this, because I mean, in my life, I've always, disclosed all things financial.
Yeah.
Right. That could impact everyone's livelihood,
Yeah.
including mine. But the one thing that I have recently started talking about with my dad is the whole inheritance issue, right? It's still a bit muddy, but yeah, because last time, he had created a will, only for us to learn, Uguti, the will is still in place, but then, you need is it an executioner?
Yeah.
Executor. Sorry, an executioner is someone that kills, and an executor. Yeah. So, because it was with, I think, Scorpion at the time, his policy had lapsed, and then the will is still in place, but there isn't an executor for that will. So Masi, and then we discovered, you know what, you will enter, because sometimes you don't have that knowledge. If I were to create a will now, how do I ensure that will is in place?
Yeah.
And we've recently learned on the show, when it comes to wills, there's various types.
Yeah.
So there's ones that kick in after your passing, and there's ones where it's basically more like a living trust, in a way. But it's stuff that we've started talking about. I don't know.
It's very bad.
Yeah.
It's very bad because I think for most people, what they want to know is how do we tackle the subject of finances? How do we bring it on the table? Because obviously it's difficult. One needs to break the ice. So guys, let's discuss salaries first. How much are you earning so that we can contribute to so and so, or
never. When I just say just say how much you need, ne? Just say good to know when I just take care of a cross. I'll buy a cross. Don't ask me how much I'm earning.
We need to know how much you are earning so that we are working on a budget that is estimated at a certain amount. If you are earning, for example, 200 rands, you are earning 200 rands, we want 100 rands from your salary, because we know grocery rekang is like, okay, 500 rands. So we are taking 100.
I mean, I can understand how not easy these things can be. Because I get last year when I was sebenza and you were earning more than 200.
Yeah.
Right? Bonga contribute. Now that I'm earning more, you want us to bring my salaries on the table. No, I'll also fork out 100 rand. Nami. Yeah, but you see, here's the thing. Once upon a time, you were Bosemalin, and you were not contributing. Because now I'm the one that's Emalin. You want me to contribute more. Yeah. But you know what this brings? This conversation brings the topic of equality versus equity. Yeah, because if we were to say, hey, as people living in this household, we are all equal.
Yeah.
Then if the running expenses for the month is, let's say, 10,000, and there's 5 of us, then each one contributes 2,000 rand.
Yeah.
Right? That's being equal. Yeah, no problem. That's if everyone is on the same footing, vele.
Yeah.
But with equity, we're talking about, okay, Mo, you earn more, and the other one earns significantly less. So in terms of equity, we should contribute ngendlela that everyone still feels, okay, I've played a part, but we're not killing each other. Because kusasa the roles may be reversed.
Yeah.
But I've seen, with family dynamics and politics, usually that's not the case. Yeah, you find people kusasa bati, when you couldn't do it, then why expect me to do it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think the topic of equity versus equality, That's something that just needs to be understood a little bit better.
Yeah, because when we gather the family to talk about finances, obviously there's a generational gap into understanding. Why would you call your elders in the same room to discuss finances? Because other families out there, they will deem that as disrespectful. Uyadelela wena ngoba manje so ufuna ukwazi ukuthi umkhulu uhola malini eye grant or eye pension and those things like that, but we are trying to come up with a structure that will work for the whole family to say, do you know ukuthi if we contribute imali so you are able to enjoy leyo mali, you know, you're able to enjoy like a huge portion of that amount, you know, which brings us to the tension that always is
Pops
found pops up, which is respectful privacy versus the generational ruin, right? So the tension is traditional family preservation operates on the assumption of absolute respect. The belief that shielding the family from financial stress is keeping money matters private, protects peace, and maintains parental authority. So reality shows a profound operational deficit where avoiding these conversations leaves the next generation completely blindsided, empty-handed, and forced to scramble for loans to cover basic family transitions, right? And then getting into some of these arguments, one member of the family will say, let's keep the peace. I argue that we keep the peace because they say talking about money, wills, and inheritance while people are alive only invites the greed, suspicion, and sibling rivalry into the home. It makes elders feel like their children are eagerly waiting for them to pass away and introduces unnecessary division into a family unit that should be bound by love and respect, not monetary calculation. Some things are better left unspoken to protect family harmony. And the reason we are talking about this is because there's a huge pandemic in our country, which is the insurance meta syndicate, right?
Yeah.
On the 11th of March in 2026, 4 relatives of Rachel Kutumela, the former Limpopo police officer allegedly involved in insurance matters, are among 5 people arrested in the 10 million rand fraud case. So, the body of a disabled man found floating in a dam is believed to be what blew the lead on a 11-person syndicate behind the 10 million rand matter for insurance scheme that saw people being insured without their knowledge. So that is one of the situations that many families will never bring the subject of finances on the table.
Yeah, I mean, even with funeral policies, I discovered Uguti, there's actually a limit of how much one can be insured for. But the kicker here is that whenever you take out a funeral policy, they won't do a background check. They'll happily accept your monthly premiums. But whenever it's time to pay, they'll be like, okay, because there's a limit, right? And I think it's, I'm not sure if it's 50,000 or 150, but I'll check now. But then okay, I think it's 50. So because you've been insured ngapa for 20 and ngapa for 50,000, then laba be 20 no, the limit is that you can only get a payout of 50,000 rand. So unfortunately we won't be able to pay you. But I'm like, but guys, when I took out the policy, did you at least do your due diligence, nani? To ensure, but dude, you are overinsured, right? As much as there's the term underinsured, there's also, someone that's overinsured. Yeah. So yeah, that's where I've seen Namabantu Tiwa, because Segu 5-2 for Koko Rumkulo or whoever, they would take out a funeral. And this is just on a small scale. It's not them initiating the kill, being an executioner, Lana, but it's them saying, okay, I can see an opportunity, and then even when taking it out, it's only when we're now grieving, Lana, and they would say, death certificate, auntie, ID, like why? And then you have to disclose. Yeah.
I mean, you know, sometimes I feel like, well, it's a personal thing, because you would grow up to understand why other people are doing this. But honestly, man, seeing, in the family, Luguti man, begging right, but the next thing, Gogo is nowhere. Gogo has passed on, and then like there's cars now, for me, it doesn't sit right. It doesn't sit right, because I also feel like when we talk about the subject of bringing finances, where are you personally in your life, and do you want those finances to help you, or it's just the finances of, no guys, we have to be insured if any one of you loses their lives? Why are we bringing the subject of loss before bringing the subject of personal upliftment, personal, like working on yourself, general?
I mean, the subject of loss, Mo, it happens, and I think for anyone that has ever been kept or found flat-footed where they're not ready, it makes the whole grieving process just even more harder. Yeah.
But now,
because the thing that I think that we want is that we're looking at giving our loved ones a dignified funeral.
Yeah.
And then, things should just move gas. So, because it's something that all of us will experience, I think it should be on the table. Yes, amongst other conversations.
Timing, because what I'm talking about is we cannot bring the subject of loss while we are not informed about what really comes, because now there's you dealing with yourself, and then there's that person who is not well informed about loss, and they think that because we have insured, mom has a funeral cover, there's a certain portion of money that has to go to them, and then you'll find people fighting to say, "Hi, but I know, mom was insured, so you need to give me the money that went through insurance." But dude, you don't understand, that money covered. It's supposed to cover. It's a funeral cover, not a life insurance.
Yeah, after the fact.
Yeah, but so people don't know the differences when it comes to that. So before we
it can cause tensions.
It can cause tension. So let's talk about that. Let's dissect first. Okay, what is this? And then we can bring the conversation of loss to say, okay, now I understand, guys. So let us have this conversation.
Yeah, yep. I get it. And some people think Vele, if let's say you were made the beneficiary, unless you have a way of saying, okay guys, here's the bank or whatever company, but this is the amount, ne?
Yeah.
And out of this amount, this is going there. But if it's not fully disclosed, say for example, you're the one paying on their behalf, ne?
Yeah.
I've seen abanye, but okay, it's fine, guys. The insurance company has paid out, so nangzothathe yami lebeng keeper, because I insured this individual for a certain amount of time, and then the rest the family can have. I've seen others, but someone gets insured, ne? Funeral cover, and then tiwa as usbanbani beka cover usbanbani ngumasingcwabisane and basinikeze nje 5,000
ncane le mali.
So I think if it's short izinto, the problem is these are just family politics that bazothi we no understand.
It is.
But I've seen to the topic of money, even if we're not discussing loss, it's very sensitive.
It is very sensitive because I feel like just by watching the advert on television, because you would see Desmond coming through, explaining the benefits. And now when people see these benefits, they're like, like this is a good thing. But what I like is they go deep into explaining, okay, how do you get those benefits? What do you need to do? What's needed from you to make sure that they activate those benefits for you. But the thing of life insurances land on people who don't understand, what are they about? Because I feel like also you need to discuss because we cannot say I have, covered my brother or anyone at home, my grandmother, life insurance, so that I can go and blow the money, So that also comes into play to say, what are we going to do with the money? Are we going to live our best lives? Because that's what, we've always wanted for ourselves. So it's those kind of things that we need to get out of the way when we talk about finances. Or no, guys, finances don't entail those kind of things.
Do you think it also has to do with the education thereof?
Yes.
Because there are some things that I just recently learned because I was hands-on at a funeral in December.
Yeah.
But I just learned them there and there. Yeah, but it's scary, but yeah, one just has to swallow that pill, man. Where the education is, okay, look, in a funeral setting, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Because I just discovered, Uguti, the police have to be involved if, let's say, it's not a natural cause. Because someone could murder someone, and then I phone the coroners to say, hey, here's someone here, go to Mbulele, right? So you also have to get a police report that says, okay, this person has been cleared. This was not a killing, but yes, so. And all of the processes involved financially, I think it has to do with education. Sometimes it's not one of those where asazi for the sake of just not knowing, but it's not something that's we are presented with the good, hey, you need to learn these things. We don't also learn these things at school as well. I guess because it's a sensitive topic, but the older I grow, I get to realize some things you just have to face them head on.
Exactly.
But yeah, this is just about funerals and monies that are being paid on my life cover, which can cause issues. But the other one is inheritance as well. Where in our society we have this thing of a last born or the firstborn in some families that typically inherit the house. But then ngomthetho, if you are all children of the person, then all of you guys have a share lapho. But back in the days, usually it was firstborn son or the lastborn son, and then because of the title deed ngabo, then you would find the family saying, but nalana, it's still our home. It belonged to our parents. As much as you're the custodian, but there's a lot of court cases where they are fighting these things, because they never get spoken of. Something I won't touch on, but there was a case where another aunt of mine, she was almost killed because Tiwayena, like something like that. It was crazy, more. It was, but this is how sensitive these things are. Where when the family comes through, they're like, nah, this house is not for sale. There's no inheritance. So either we enjoy the song or spale on the wall, not for sale, and we'll call it a deal. Right? I've seen that.
No one wins in the family. It's very interesting. But we're still on the arguments. The second argument, there's that one in the family who will stand up and say, guys, let's break the taboo. Love without legacy planning isn't just sentimentalism, right? Leaving your children to figure out your debts, your lack of a will, or your uncoordinated funeral policies during their darkest hour of grief isn't protection. It is structural neglect. True family duty means having the uncomfortable, unvanished kitchen table conversation about numbers today, so your children aren't forced to take out high interest loans tomorrow to bury you or build their lives. The last one is the contrast is sharp because are we protecting our elders or are we actively sabotaging our youth? And the real cliffhanger is this: what happens to a family hard-earned legacy when the kids are left to find out the wealth they thought they were inheriting is actually just a mountain of hidden debt and uncoordinated policies? And we ask sometimes, why did you leave your father's business hanging. Can't you not understanding that there's a lot of, and we see, especially in the taxi industry, right? And when now your dad owns taxis, it's nice, you're enjoying the money, you're enjoying the wealth that comes with that. But when dad now is no more, the only way is to sell these taxis to cover the debts.
Yeah, I mean, there's this lady from I Blew It. Thanks are going from a bus, a taxi. At least she kept the house, but then the business, the transportation business that gave growth to their lifestyle, that was just no more. So it was sad. I mean, because dad also didn't bring them in. Exactly. Or this is how the money is made. Yeah. So Tuage Umnegazi then took the business with them, and the ones that remained behind, they had to fiend and struggle to get by. Yeah.
So it's these kind of things that we come across that whenever you get hold of the papers of the business at home, yes, when you try to, you can't even cook the books because the books themselves, they are cooked, right?
They're toast.
But the emotional curveball is that sometimes our family silence isn't actually about protecting cultural respect or privacy. It's about hiding our own deep sense of financial shame. We would honestly rather let our children walk blindly into a massive financial hurricane tomorrow than stand before them today and admit that we struggled, made mistakes, or don't have it all figured out. Maybe the real shock is this: our adult pride is costing our children their future security. But when, as a parent, would you tell, your daughter, maybe, God forbid, something happens financially and you're like, I tried everything, but right now I'm deep in debts. And I think this will go on for I don't know how many years,
I think I'd probably would, Mo.
Yeah.
But the only thing I would say or add on to that is, but I'm working on it, right? So this is the situation now. But it's not good thing I don't know what to do now, for as long as I still have breath in my lungs, I'll keep on trying. I don't think there'll ever be a day where I'm like, what, I've thrown in the towel.
Yeah, guys,
it's chai.
There's nothing I can do anymore.
Some things you do lose.
Yeah.
Right, where let's say your car gets repossessed or the house gets repossessed. It's a fight that you wanted to fight, but then it did not pan out the way you thought it would.
Yeah.
Then it's a case of what we spoke about during the week about downgrading. It's okay, look, I tried, I did my calculations, and I thought Tuguti, we could, travel down this lane, but it turns out that I was wrong.
Yeah.
So this will then call for us to seek other pastures.
Yeah.
But it doesn't mean I'm down and out.
Yeah.
I may be down, but I'm not out.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where the difference is. But I do think some things, yes, some things you can't hide. You have to speak about them.
Yeah.
Others, it's like, no, it's fine. Let me just keep it to myself for now. But Masangbo Noguti, it's in a dire state. Then only it's like, hey man, guys, it's like this.
Yeah. Sometimes I also believe that the pride also clouds or blocks you from seeing how blessed you are, because there are parents out there who have came out to their kids just to notice, I'm so blessed to have these kids, because you're like, what, guys, I'm in debt and I'm trying my best. And then you find out, kids are willing to help, with the debt that you have. Because when they're like, no, guys, your money is your money, so please, I'll find a way. But they're like, no, guys, that we are insisting on helping you, right? But now sometimes if you're keeping it to yourself, the next thing when you are gone, that's when the kids find out, and it becomes a mess. Why didn't you talk that you had, debts, right? But we know that there's perspectives in terms of this conversation, bringing the whole conversation about inheritance and why families don't talk about money until it's too late. But if you happen to have a experience, of being in a family where you guys never spoke about money, please come through and let us know your experience. So some of the perspective are the legacy gatekeepers, right? Which is the harsh traditionalists. They believe that talking about death, estates, or inheritance brings bad luck or invites the evil eye into the home. To them, the parents manage the money and the children should simply trust the process without asking nosy, disrespectful questions. They view any preemptive inquiry into family wealth or wills as a sign of entitlement and greed. And then heading over to the proactive disruptor, which is the millennial, which they believe that clarity is love, guys. They believe, they understand that money talk require incredible cultural sensitivity. They don't budge in demanding a will. Instead, they frame the conversation around love, relief, and ease. The host gentle, structured family meetings where financial realities are shared gradually, ensuring the elders feel honored and secure while equipping the younger generation with practical tools they need to carry their baton forward. Right.
I fully agree.
Yeah. So with all of these, perspectives, I mean, sometimes it also comes to a resolve in terms of, okay, how do we now move on forward? How do we now bring on the conversation? How do I, as a parent or as a sibling, bring the conversation of, finances in the table in the family? But lastly is the Vooka conscious mediator, which is guided transparently. They understand that money talk require incredible also this is the one that I went through. So it's very interesting on how other families out there resolve the issue of finances, because they understand that no matter how uncomfortable the subject is, guys,
it has to happen.
We have to talk. You don't have this or you struggle to do this, but at least try, because bringing a system of finances at home requires also you to be a leader, to say, okay, guys, I've opened the doors. This is how I want things to happen. And I've seen with other families out there, they decide to keep quiet and expect you to see, but every Thursday we buy bread. But today we couldn't buy bread. So that didn't click on you to say, hey, Munna, we are supposed to buy bread, so take out the money from your pocket and buy bread.
That's where the tensions come in, Vin.
Yeah. Right. But just to resolve it, wisdom is the true inheritance and most of our families, because at its core, the inheritance of silence reminds us that talking about money isn't betrayal of family trust. It is the ultimate act of family preparation. Real wealth isn't just the balance in the bank account or the property deed. It is the shared wisdom, clear instruction, and financial literacy passed down in calm times. The ultimate value lies in breaking the silence today, so that crisis never has the power to dictate your family's future. So if you happen to have the strength or the idea of bringing the financial matters into the table in your family, you can do so, because you feel like it's going to help everyone in the house, because you've never seen a conversation like this happening. So I think it's one of the things that a lot of black families need. We have these shows today where families are in disputes with the finances because they've never had the conversations that will go on and support and also help the next generation that is going to come after.
The dinner table.
So obviously there is more that we're going to still unpack, as we still have some of the celebrity news, because Car Tracker has now come to conclude the internal investigation into the death of employee Ogcina Dladla. Remember that we once had a conversation about the whole issue of Ogcina Dladla losing her life while at work. Right. So we're going to take a short break, and then when we come back we will dive deeper into that story. So don't change the tide. We'll see you right after this.
like every captain gotta maintain the cap. You can make change, don't change for that. Tell the whole truth, get paid for that. Bet you never fall off, you was made for that. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. You gotta be who you really be, shine from the inside. Cause they ain't really who they say on the outside. Slide around the city with my day one. I ain't gotta worry cause they A1. Wasn't in the field then you can't come with us. My little shawty going stupid, going straight dumb with us. I'm a big time, still humble in the hood. Gotta keep it positive on nothing but the good. When I'm on vacation, I be stunting like I should. Got a real queen falling, she gon' stumble on the wood. And I still be doing business with my brother them. And I know that if I got it, I'ma cover them. And I know that if I need it, they gon' give it back. Gotta practice what you preaching, I be living that. Taking trips around the globe, bringing game back. Touchdown.
Of course, it's great sound just to kickstart your beautiful morning right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. You're still hanging out with us as before the break, we were touching on the subject of the inheritance the inheritance of silence amongst families, right? Good sounds coming from Zion Rusan, song titled Higher Self. But before the break, we mentioned, an interesting story of that is developing from the car track, which is to conclude the internal investigation that are taking place. So car track say its internal investigation into the death of employee Utrina Dladla is nearly complete. Pending a few external reports, the 29-year-old died in June 2026 after collapsing in a restroom at the company's Rosebank offices. Authorities, including the Department of Employment and Labor, are conducting a parallel probe into the circumstances. So the company's probe is at an advanced stage but cannot be finalized until outstanding external reports are received. Allegation claims the employee was unwell and asked to leave work, which Cartrack denies. Government is running a 90-day investigation to determine if workplace condition contributed to the death. Labour Minister Nomakosazana Mirth has visited the site as part of an oversight. What is next is Cartrack will finalize and release its internal findings once all external reports are received and after engaging the family. The Department of Employment and Labor will complete its independent investigation to establish whether there is any link between working conditions and the death. The outcome could determine accountability, possible labor law violation, and any changes required in workplace practices. So we will come back, of course, with the development of the story in terms of what are the findings. So you stay with us, but if you happen to know anything, you can use the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
So what excuse me. So what vexes me here, Mo, is that is it possible to conduct an internal investigation if you are the one that is being investigated? Look, now you need to do your own investigation
into what
and
happened.
then when you do your investigation and it turns out there's foul play here, will you mention it?
I doubt.
So we'll see what happens with this one. But an internal investigation, unless you say it's audited, but it's independently done, but Nalapo, that's another one. Sure, Makosazana visiting the site. Obviously, everyone will be on their best behavior. It's like, okay, guys, Chaisani, guys, take a break. If the manager got Tugana, that day I got Tugana.
Yeah.
So I don't know. If it will really depict what's really happening on the ground, especially when no one else is watching.
Yeah.
But we'll see with that. But anyway, guys, since it is Thursday, we try and give you all things that is pertaining to technology, which is Tech Thursdays, right? And this morning, just a quick one, Galaxy Unpacked 2026 is taking place 6 days from now, right? So as you can see on the screen right here, that's the countdown, which is in 6 days, 5 hours, 8 minutes, and counting. So they're going to be announcing a number of devices, but the one that I am particularly looking forward to is the Fold, because I've played with the Galaxy Fold 7, and I want to see what the 8 looks like, right? So here's the thing here. So with the Fold, the Galaxy Fold 7, by far, it's the thinnest fold ever, right?
Yeah.
Looks incredible. I've held it, I've played with it, and it's one of the phones that I think, for my next smartphone purchase, I should definitely aim for. But it's very thin. The battery, like incane and all of that, yabo. So on this day, they're going to be announcing a number of things. So there's also the Fold, as well as the one that opens up like a
flip.
A flip,
yeah.
Exactly, right. So that's the devices that they will be announcing on that day. But there's a sneak peek of what the device might look like, because there's a leak that came out. And it came out through Samsung with a video that they did, right? It's like a Spider-Man video. So this is a story I got from The Verge, where it shows here that Samsung is somewhat showcasing their upcoming phone, which is the Fold 8, in a Spider-Man teaser, right? So where the guy opens up your phone and he sees, okay, because looking at the phone and the dimensions, it looks like they're going for a much wider phone, and the trailer's right here. But then essentially here, Samsung gave a sneak peek of the brand new shape of its upcoming Galaxy Z Fold 8 in a new teaser of the Spider-Man brand new day, right? Here you'll see Spider-Man basically breaking his phones like when he's out on a mission, and then when he comes back, he then tries to create his own foldable phone, right? And this is where people believe this is where the leak comes from. But I'm just going to showcase this here quickly. But after fighting criminals and whatnot, most of his phones are damaged, and as you can see, he's throwing them in this broken case box, and then after that he tries and creates his own foldable smartphone. Right there.
So this unpack is going to be happening in 6 days.
In 6 days, where they're going to be announcing. In fact, it's more than the flip. As you can see there, that's the flip, and there's the Fold as well. But the guy that's running and chasing Lana, he's the guy that is that has the Fold, the flip. Right. So he's 3D printing like a phone, but then
interesting.
So people are believing this could be the leak of the upcoming Fold 8, and looking forward to that. But even the Fold 7 is just absolutely amazing, right? So 6 days from now, it's not just this here, but also laptops as well. So there's also Snapdragon laptops that are coming out in the market, and these ones feature smartphone chips, or chips that power smartphones but work in the laptop. So think about your laptop having the same functionality as a smartphone, where you can just press the power button, it goes off in the form where the screen switches off, but the laptop is not off. Because the way we know and understand laptops, Marge, is that they go to sleep, and then you have to power it back on, right? But similar to a smartphone, the fact that you've switched off the screen doesn't mean that it's off, right? So these chips, energy efficient, on a single charge, you can go about 2 days.
Oh, really?
Right? Up to 20-something hours of battery life. Right? So if a typical work day is 8 hours, then you can power this smartphone for about 2.5 days. Sorry, the laptop. So I know it's going to be laptops that they're announcing. There's going to be tablets that they're announcing. Obviously, the Galaxy Fold and the Flip on those days, or 6 days from now. And then if you're asking about the S-Series normally comes out at the beginning of the year. So they also do have an unpacked event where beginning of the year, that's when your S-Series comes out, your S27 and whatnot. So that's next year. But mid-year, into the year, 6 months into the year, that's when they announced the fold and whatnot.
So is it going to be like an unpacking for like the whole ecosystem of, you know?
So Unpack, that's just them. That's the name of the event.
Okay.
Where they announce these devices that are coming out.
Yeah.
The same way the iPhone has, a bit later on into the year, they announce their iPhones that are coming out. Yeah. So manje, as it stands, obviously iPhone 18 is in the works, and they're gonna announce it as time goes on towards the end of the year.
Yeah.
But the Unpacked is just an event where they talk about what to expect, what's coming, what's dropping, more specifically for the foldable range, and the other devices like your smart your laptops as well as your tablets as well, right? Or any other thing like your Ring, Samsung Ring. This typically is the event where they announce all of those things.
Yeah, because what I was trying to look into is the movie release, right? Maybe it can be because that side, I think the movie release, it's in 6 days, which is the 27th and the 28th, and then this side is going to be the 31st. We're going to watch Spider-Man on the 31st. So I kind of see what, you know, they are doing right here with making the unpacking on the day where Spider-Man is going to be released, which is very interesting. I know that a lot of Samsung fans are looking forward to this. Like, they are really looking forward to this. But when I get into this, I see that, you know, you choose options. You know, if you are interested in the earbuds, AI appliances, tablets, the bar type phone. So there's just like a lot of things just to go through, you know, into understanding your preferences as someone who uses the Samsung.
Yeah, I mean, look, if money wasn't an issue right now, definitely I'd be using the Fold.
Yeah.
Look, I like the Ultra series because of the cameras, but also the stylus, the pen, right?
Yeah.
But in terms of productivity, I mean, if you've used the Fold before, or like in our case, like right now I'm using 2 screens.
Yeah.
There are huge benefits to multitasking. And by far, I would say, comparing to the other foldable phones, Samsung is leading right here.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. So I'd definitely get one.
Yeah. Very interesting. And of course, that's where we are going to leave it. Our beautiful edition of the Vooka Breakfast Show. Thank you so much for being with us. And I see some of the comments were coming through. Simami saying, I would like to wish my beautiful sister, my supporter, a friend, a wonderful soul, a happy birthday. May she be blessed with many, many more years. Happy birthday, Manji. And then Queen came through. There's something you want to say?
No, I'm just pulling up a photo of...
Manji.
Yeah.
Is it Mansi or Manji?
Mansi.
Oh, Mansi.
Yeah.
Ah, man, is it not Manji?
That's Mansi on the screen right there. Auntie.
Oh, Auntie
well,
Manji.
kahle umamkhulu kampilo, but mina ngumbizo auntie. And happy birthday to her. Akula. And may she continue being the pillar of strength, as she mentioned, because just yesterday,
yeah,
and utengelo months, right?
Man.
Nice. I was curious, man, because I saw like Soviet
Yeah.
So it's like I never knew they created
for kids, man.
Yeah, for kids. But happy birthday to her, and kulu, and again, don't change. Continue being who you are, because I know the role that she plays as a pillar to the family. You know?
More life to Manji, and have a beautiful day ahead of you. And then Queen came through lastly saying, good morning, Vooka Nation. Interesting topic today. As a former financial advisor, I'm very familiar with the topics discussed, and I agree with your views. We are looking forward to have you, right, and discuss some of these financial conversation. Or
Absolutely.
we must have our own, financial meeting right here to say, okay, when it comes to our finances, how do we handle and how do we go about? But of course, till we meet again, same time, same place tomorrow, as we are wrapping up, this beautiful week of ours. I would like to say, enjoy the rest of your day. Take care, and we love you to bits.
myself gracefully. Gotta keep it cozy, I'ma take it slowly, one step at a time till my time is up. Why you stay mad at me? We gon' make mistakes, we gon' disagree. Are you so proud of me? If you just wait and see, you gon' rise. So don't you tell me I am selfish just because I look out for myself. I've been happy, working hard, so I won't have to cry when I'm older. I could've done this or that. I remember when I used to. Don't do it 'cause it does.